The Surfing Violinist presents the Violin Vlog, chronicling my attempts to practice back to performance grade. This month, I did my first wedding in a very long time alongside Anthony Peebles, who set up the gig. I had to perform Canon in D as the bride made her walk. Pachelbel's Canon is every string player's most boring endeavor, but since I am out of practice, it took quite some time to remember it. It wasn't boring at all. I was actually extremely nervous on the drive over there, and I had a lot of stage fright. I didn't choke, but I didn't play it with the same flair you would expect from a seasoned performing violinist. In order to prepare and help Anthony remember the chords, I made this handy sheet music video, which is not a bad teaching tool. It helped me in rehearsal quite a bit. And I have a heavily edited version of multiple passes in video form uploaded as well for your listening pleasure. Still some rhythm problems and a bit muddy in places, but almost back to performance grade. As far as the wedding itself, the bride and groom were very gracious. All the bridal party and attendees were really accommodating, and the food provided by Signature Catering of 30A was absolutely fabulous. Really a morale booster for tired, gigging musicians. Just a really great gig, and a good way for me to get back among the living and playing the violin professionally. I have my first solo violin wedding coming up in November, so I'm getting 2 of those requests ready this month. The bride is a big fan of the music of Bridgerton, so I'm doing Duomo's arrangement of Taylor Swift's Wildest Dreams, and also Taylor Davis's arrangement of A Million Dreams from The Greatest Showman. Also did a 2-part treatment of Handel's Sarabande. I'll be brushing up on all of these this month, and will critique my performances next month in preparation for that wedding. I just don't have time this month to do any Bollywood covers because the weddings pay, so that's where I have to dedicate my time. I did stumble on our old cover of Chand Safarish, which we had to delete from the main channel due to copyright reasons and YouTube threatening to delete my channel. I've re-uploaded it for old time's sake on my Simple Violin channel. If they delete this one, it's not that big of a deal. So if you want to trip down memory lane and laugh at my lack of dance moves, check that out. Here's my critique of last month's 4 violin pieces. First one was Jambalaya on the Bayou by Hank Williams. From the beginning, I've noticed a little bit rigidity in the rhythm. And I've noticed 3 things so far, their first 40 seconds, that's pretty stilted. It just means I haven't practiced it enough. In some ways, rhythm in fiddle tunes can actually be way more important than even intonation or tone. One of the few times I think that's true. The rhythm is the main problem here. I'm gonna say 75 per rhythm. Tune sounds pretty right. I haven't noticed any glaring errors so far. The tone still just sounds a little thin. The irony is with this kind of music, you kind of want it to be a little more rustic, you know? You want it to be a little less proper. So you gotta find a way to make it sound less proper without sounding bad. It just sounds green, you know? Let's say 85 on the tone, 90 on the tune. So pretty much A on the tune, a B on the tone, and a D on the rhythm. So, you know, about an average of an 80. Galway Bay. This one I've got 2 parts here, a first and second violin part. Yeah, there's some intonation issues just in the first couple phrases there. Yeah, the best part of this is the tone. Vibrato sounds kind of nice. Yeah, the tune is wacky. Yeah, there's just a couple times where the 2 parts are not merging well intonation-wise. Rhythm is a problem too. Those 8th notes are a little straight. They probably should have some kind of lilt to them. Again, similar problem to what was going on with Jambalaya on the Bayou. Just a little straight and stilted. 80 on rhythm, 75 on intonation. The tone, intonation is not that great. And tone is a little better, 88. So we'll say this is around about 82. A little better than the Jambalaya on the Bayou, but there's still just the intonation. I didn't realize I played it that bad. And you notice it more when you have another part. It's going to stick out a little more. So got to be more precise. Okay, to Muskura now. It's just on the bleeding edge here. There are moments where it sounds musical. Other moments where it sounds very, again, stiff. Wooden, where it sounds like I'm playing an audition here. There was a squeak affecting the tone. Rhythm is not consistent. I think that's part of the problem with playing with headphones. You tend to underdo it. You're just like you're playing a video game or something. You're not really thinking about projecting. It's just way too timid there. The tone, not so good. Rhythm, not so good. I put that like right about, of the 3, Galway Bay is the best. I put this one right with Jambalaya on the Bayou. Yeah, the tone is just too thin. So I'm just rounding it out at an 80. And finally, we've got Bistro Fada. I have a feeling, this is the hardest of the 4. I have a feeling it's going to be the worst. It's a little late on that first entrance. A little rushed. Tone is way better here. This is close. This is way closer. Yeah, just a little frantic trying to fit it all in. A little pitchy there. Ooh, I'm not even able to play those parts there. I was going to say this was sounding actually better than any of the other three, but I can't hit those. Way out of tune. The whole point of like gypsy fiddle and jazz violin, you really just got to make it look easy. That's the purpose here. No matter how fast it gets, it's got to sound slow. You know, it's like how pained my expression is. Yeah, so that one was on track to be better. Like the beginning was sounding better tonally. There's some intonation issues. Rhythmically, it was sounding like I was struggling, but it sounded closer to the style. Tone sounded closer, more confident, even though I was. But yeah, that one was a fail. So it's just a full-on 60. You can't skip over parts of it. That reminds me of a bad violin recital right there, or a bad audition. So not even a performance level. Fail. So this month, about as bad as the other one. We'll see how next month goes.
If you weren't a kook, you would have seen this video when it uploaded. Join the lineup here on YouTube or become a patron and become a TS VIP and get early and ad-free access. See you later.